Mr. President, yesterday we celebrated Veterans Day. On this day, we honor the brave men and women who have valiantly served and sacrificed to protect us and secure our liberties, both in times of war and in times of peace. We are especially thankful to those veterans who were permanently injured as a result of their service. They sacrificed their safety to protect America. We are deeply grateful to these veterans. It's difficult for words alone to express how we appreciate. We are of America's veterans and their families. To the Gold Star families, to your service to our country does not go unnoticed. America will never forget the sacrifices your families have made in service to this great nation. I want to acknowledge your dedication to honoring the memory of your fallen family members who paid the ultimate price. We are forever indebted to those who have worn the uniform in the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, and Space Force. I hope all Americans can commit to serving our veterans with the same amount of devotion they have when they have been fighting for our great nation. This national holiday began 105 years ago when President Woodrow Wilson declared November the 11th as Armistice Day. This marked the one-year anniversary of the conclusion of World War I. In 1947, a World War II veteran named Raymond Weeks of Birmingham, Alabama, my state, that led a movement asking the Army Chief of Staff, then a general named Dwight D. Eisenhower, to expand Armistice Day to include all veterans, not just from the ones from World War I. 7 years later, after becoming president, President Dwight D. Eisenhower signed National Veterans Day into law, reflecting the wishes of that great Alabamian named Raymond Weeks. Alabama is proud of Mr. Weeks for that great donation. Alabama is also proud to be home to 400,000 veterans. We are thankful for these brave Alabamians and the more than 19 million United States veterans living across the world. We thank you for your dedication, the sacrifices you made, and the courage you displayed to ensure that America remains, as Abraham Lincoln said, the last best hope on earth. Today, I will recognize 3 Alabama veterans who honorably served in our nation's military. With each of them, you'll hear how their service to America did not end when their time in the military came to an end. They have continued to contribute to their communities long after taking off their uniforms. They continue to uplift and inspire others around them, including myself. I would like to honor their commitment by thanking them today. Sergeant Ricardo Jaramillo is one of these great veterans from Harvest, Alabama. Ricardo joined the United States Marine Corps in 1976 at the age of 18. He deployed around the world where he helped maintain American drones and surface-to-air missiles. He later became an instructor at the Redstone Arsenal in Huntsville, Alabama, preparing the next generation to protect our national security. Ricardo retired from the military in 1999 after 23 years of service. But his commitment to what America stands for doesn't end there. Ricardo wanted to continue serving his fellow man. After committing his life to Christ, Ricardo became a missionary so that he could spread hope to those in need all around the world. Now Ricardo takes multiple trips a year to mountain villages in Guatemala with his 2 granddaughters, Gloria and Judina. He credits the training he received as a Marine for preparing him to withstand the tough conditions that he experiences on his mission trips. Ricardo's lifelong dedication to serving others is an example to all of us. Thank you, Ricardo. I'd also like to recognize Senior Chief Petty Officer Wayne Weeks of Geneva, Alabama. Wayne was motivated to join the U.S. Navy by his 4 uncles who served in World War II. One of Wayne's uncles lost his life just 4 days after turning 21 years old during the Allied invasion of Italy. Wayne recalls attending his uncle's funeral as a small child and felt inspired to serve in the military as soon as he could. In 1953, at the age of 18, he courageously answered this calling and joined the Navy. Wayne traveled the oceans across the world, keeping our aircraft prepared for combat. He would serve until the end of the Vietnam War. In 1995, despite the domestic turmoil and protests around that time, Wayne looks back positively on his time in the military. Wayne's determination to see a difficult war through the beginning to the end demonstrates his integrity to finish the job he started. Wayne embodies the American grit that is foundational to our military service members who have kept our country safe and the torch of liberty burning bright. Alabama is proud of Wayne and his wonderful wife, Helen. Thank you for your service, Wayne. Finally, the strength of our military is dependent on the next generation of warriors who believe in our country and are willing to defend it. No one demonstrates this next generation of courage better than Petty Officer Second Class Alex Vogt of Hoover, Alabama. Alex says he felt he had a duty as an American who had benefited from the many opportunities our country offers to give back by joining the military. So he enlisted as a nuclear mechanic in the U.S. Navy in 2016, deploying around the world to maintain our submarines. His final mission was decommissioning the USS Olympia submarine before he was discharged in 2021. When asked what Veterans Day means to him, Alex was quick to note the importance of using this day to show our gratitude for all veterans and their families. Alex and his wife Anna are now passing along this patriotic spirit to their twin boys, Charlie and Thomas. We want to thank you for your service, Alex. You're truly an inspiration to us all. These are just 3 Alabama veterans who sacrificed so much by serving our country. There are so many others that are also willing to give their lives for the great country that we have. I'm reminded by my father, Charles Tuberville III, a World War II veteran. My father was one of the brave young soldiers who landed and fought on Utah Beach on June the 6th, 1944. My dad remains an inspiration to me today. I will never forget his service to our country. As President Reagan said, veterans have given their best for all of us, and we must continue to do our best for them. By observing Veterans Day this year, I hope we are encouraged to continue giving veterans our best. When you see a man or a woman in uniform, please take a time and thank them for their service. Because their service and sacrifice, America remains a great beacon of freedom for generations to come. May God bless our veterans and their families. Mr. President, I yield the floor.